Okay, severe weather is the story for today, so stay weather aware late afternoon and evening. Here's the time frame on your storm zone today from 4 o'clock through midnight. These will be the areas under the gun. Really, the majority of the state has to be weather aware. But these areas shaded in orange we think will have higher content of moisture, more instability, the threat for some spin in the atmosphere and everything kind of coming together to allow for some big storms, baseball-sized hail, gusts to 75, and even a few tornadoes will be possible. That tornado zone, again, is going up, starting in the far west part of the state, and those storms will roll into Oklahoma. They'll be spinning, and they can spin all the way close to Oklahoma City. So we're right on the edge of where I think the worst of the tornado zone will be. Monitor that. Again, won't think we'll have a tornado outbreak, but a few tornadoes certainly look possible somewhere within these shaded areas. So be paying close attention. Know that we've got it under gun. We've got it under cover. We've got our tractors ready to go. They'll be out here later today. Next Gen Live is dialed up and ready to go, and our team is also on board, ready to go as these storms kick in here later today. Right now, 67. Winds are calm right now. It's a quiet start this morning looking out from our downtown cam. Again, our future in Next Gen does show those storms develop here late afternoon. So at noontime, good. Here come the storms out in the Panhandle. Watch them fire up. They'll be close to the Kansas and also the Texas Panhandle border by about 6 o'clock this evening. Even a few storms develop out ahead of that. Those storms will keep shoving to the east, and by 7, 8 o'clock, those storms will be in the Oklahoma City area. So they'll move pretty quickly. These aren't going to be slow-moving storms like we had last week. They're going to be pretty quick-moving storms, probably up around 30, 40 miles per hour, and that'll shove those right into the central part of the state. Northern end of this line probably will have less of a threat for a tornado, but the southern end of this line probably will have a higher threat where we have what we call Tail and Charlie down in that area. We'll monitor that. And as we go into the overnight period, storms continue. Again, storms look most intense in the southern parts of the state, and those will keep shoving off to the east overnight. Still can see a slight chance of a storm to linger into the early morning hours tomorrow, but the biggest, baddest parts of these storms will happen here late afternoon on into this evening. Really between 8 o'clock and 4 o'clock, we're dry here in Oklahoma City. So if you have any plans to be out today, grab the sunscreen. You'll need that. But here come the storm chances. After 6 o'clock, storm chances shoot upward to 80%. Look for likely chance of storms. We've got a moderate risk for severe weather there. And then after that, storm chances do start to wind down. Still a slight chance continuing through 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, but the overall chances do diminish as well. 50s in northwest Oklahoma. Most spots right now are in the 60s. Gulf moisture will be streaming back up into the state coming up for today, especially down here in southern and western parts of the state. And that's where these storms will kick in. 80s and some 90s on the way today. Again, everything is setting up for some very large hail today. Now, it's not going to be widespread. There'll be a few of those storms that could create some tennis ball, maybe as large as baseball size hail. And then as those storms shove further to the east, they'll run out of that thicker humidity and that instability. Still a threat for some large hail. Golf balls here in the metro and the further east, quarter size hail from Enid up to near Ponca City. Wind, as you get into June, wind a lot of times is the biggest event that happens with these type of storms. So we'll monitor that as that threat continues. Winds close to 80 miles per hour. So here's the storm chances going up late afternoon into this evening. Storm chances develop out in the Panhandle area, parts of far west Oklahoma, and those will be racing across Oklahoma this evening, and those will shift off to the east to go into the overnight periods tonight. Still could see a lingering chance of some rain here after midnight, but most spots will be quieting down as the storms shove off to the east. Got some 50s out in northwest Oklahoma. Most spots will be in the 60s overnight tonight. And then see some 80s and more 90s on the way heading into tomorrow. We're also tracking another chance for some storms. I kind of talked about June 15th being the end of severe weather season. Well, that doesn't mean we can't have it past that point. And Saturday's a day we'll also have to be paying attention to as the risk of severe weather goes up late Saturday into Saturday night. So tracking severe weather today, maybe again on Saturday. We've got Father's Day on Sunday at 85, Juneteenth 89, and the first day of summer arrives next Wednesday. Slight chance of a storm and highs up near 90. We'll take a break. Got more details coming up here in just a few minutes.